Hello everybody, so I have just finished my World War I Germans, and the idea for this unit, for this army, is kind of to be a late war 1918 Kaiserschlacht stormtrooper force. And the main rule set I was, kind of planning on playing with these guys is the Blood and Valor rule set, but there I might check out some other sets too, but that's kind of what I mainly had in mind. And for Blood and Valor, what I have is we have we've got the commander in the front there, and I put, I did him in the soft cap, and then in that rule set, your command squad has two kind of like riflemen with the commander, so I did those in the, the Pickelhaube, even though, they wouldn't probably have worn that. I just did it to kind of distinguish the command squad from the, the regular riflemen. Then we have three rifleman squads, and those are two have 10 men, and then we got one with 9 men, and two of those also have machine guns, light machine guns, and they all have grenades. And then we've got a flamethrower team. And I did the camo pattern on the back of the flamethrower too, just for kind of fun, because it's kind of a, in an army like this that's so kind of bland color-wise, you gotta add some color where you can. And then I've got Stormtrooper Squad 1, who are mainly distinguished with the gas masks, and then Stormtrooper Squad 2, so yeah, those are two 8-man Stormtrooper squads who are mainly distinguished with the camo patterns on the helmets there. So in the rule set, your main troop types is the Germans is, for infantry, or you've got your core riflemen, and then you can add on, stormtrooper squads who have a lot of special rules. So that's kind of, with this platoon, I kind of wanted to be a little more historically inspired. So the stormtroops were like the German shock troops in World War I. They were kind of infiltrators, and they were mainly actually supposed to, avoid strong points and penetrate as deep into the enemy lines as possible. And they were, they weren't on the squad level, kind of how Blood and Valor has them. They're more on, they were in battalions, stormtrooper battalions. So I kind of wanted the whole platoon to be stormtrooper themed. So I wanted to have, but, I'm thinking going within the rules, the riflemen are kind of, the troops that are designated as stormtroopers within the rules are kind of going to be, the close combat, tip of the spear guys, and then the riflemen kind of more the support units. The Blood and Valor rules also don't have rules for more like heavy weapons, really, aside from machine guns and flamethrowers. And the stormtroopers, on the battalion level, they would have, several companies of, stormtrooper riflemen, and then some companies of support weapons and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this army turned out. It is kind of, a drab army, but I think there's enough kind of splashes of different color to make it interesting. I did do, several different colors of field gray for the tunics, which, I thought, which is, pretty historically accurate. The uniforms did change over time, but also, there were different, batches of cloth being produced, and also, 1918, there was severe, shortages of every kind of material for the Germans, so there would have been a lot of variation in the colors, just due to natural kind of supply chain stuff. Yeah, I'll bring up some of these guys closer with the camo. I'm pretty pleased with how this camo turned out. And I think it's kind of one of those things, like, I almost painted these in a way to stand out. Just because, you know, you gotta have some kind of color in this army just to make it look better on the tabletop. I do like how the flesh tones came out in this army too. I wanted to do, you know, a very pale flesh, you know, to kind of simulate these guys are like, just, you know, how, you know, you never really see World War I pictures where it's like sunny. You know, it's always, you know, overcast and everything. So I kind of wanted to make it kind of gloomy on purpose with the pale skin tones. Yeah, here's some more of the. And for figures, I did, you know, they're mainly War Games Atlantic plastics with 2/3. You know, I think I have one box set which is 30, and then I have like around 20. So I guess less than 2/3. This is a War Games Atlantic, and then so yeah, 30 of the squad are 30 of the platoon are War Games Atlantic from the box, and then there are like 20, including the flamethrower, Great War miniatures. Yeah, with some of the War Games Atlantic, the Stormtroopers often had these pants with like leather reinforced knees. So I did add some like green stuff patches to the pants on some of the War Games Atlantic figures to, you know, do that. All in all, the Great War miniatures medals are like are totally fantastic. They're awesome. The War Games Atlantic plastics I think are really good too. There are some things that I wish were in the set, you know, some additional things, but overall I thought, you know, I was pretty pleased with them. They're coming out with some French too, which I think, you know, I would buy the French set. I don't know, you know, when exactly I'm going to do more World War I, but I do quite like the War Games Atlantic, and you know, some of these figures I put a little more time in than others, you know, with the highlighting and stuff. Although this is, you know, a tricky army to highlight because it is so, you know, monotone, I guess. Oops, well, there's a big mistake right there. Yeah, you know, in this army I did paint in, I know I introduced this army like a while ago, but I did, in actual terms of painting sessions, you know, I painted it up pretty quickly. You know, probably, you know, within, you know, maybe 5 sessions or something. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. I've kind of been rambling on a little bit too much, but take care, and I'll see you in the new year, and we'll kind of have a little bit of a you know, new year you know, thing, talk about the new projects and everything, goals for the next year. All right, see you guys.